There you go, friends. Hi, Doc South, on the scene again. Yeah, Sandy keeps trying to hide this phone. Yeah, no, she doesn't. Actually, she likes using this phone. I she's perfectly welcome to use it. I really, these smartphones are all well and good, but they're way smarter than I am, and I'm happy to use them to make videos. It's not too hard to make a phone call with one, and that's about it. That I really don't do much else with these things. And I got a feeling I'm missing the boat on all the different things this particular phone can do to make a video better. But frankly, I'm just like telling you these dumb little stories of mine, and that's all they are. They're just dumb little stories. But I love doing them, and yeah, hopefully you're enjoying them. Man, we get our share of hits, but I don't imagine we'll ever be in the 90,000 hit range with any of these things I do. But still, it's fun to do them for you, and I hope that I give some people some pleasure. The I was just looking here. I don't know how this came to be, but I I guess it's because a lot of the hot dog joints are closed right now with this corona thing, this pandemic going on. And I I know up in our neck of the woods, up in northwest Jersey, Hot Dog Johnny's. I don't believe they're open just now, and I think there's other dog places are kind of not much going on. The Chatterbox, I'm sure, would almost have to have been closed by now if it were still open, from all the mess that's happening. But so I don't know. I must have been gazing through the computer here, and I said, "Gee, I remember how Sandy and I missed going to a place, down in Charleston, just north of Charleston, South Carolina. That was many years ago. We decided we had some money, and we decided, hey, let's go visit Charleston, and which, by the way, is a very good idea. A lovely town, all sorts of things going on, and very, very friendly and pleasant. Well, it's a southern town, yeah. And we were there for 3 or 4 days and just couldn't. We just weren't running out of things to do. It was a blast. And one thing, of course, I guess we were on the Charleston side of the harbor, Charleston Harbor, and I look across the way and I saw an aircraft carrier. I think it was an aircraft carrier. I said, my God, Sandy, I think there's a cruiser over there. Certainly a destroyer. She says, yeah, well, it's probably a Navy base. I said, yeah, but let me ask about that. And it turned out, went and asked a fella. He said, that is a base, but he said it's also a museum. I said, it's a museum too? He says, yeah, you can go on those ships and walk around. I said, no way. He says, yeah, go on over, man. I said, yeah, you're right. Boy, so we asked around. It didn't sound like it was going to be a bucket of money, so we got a cab and off we headed. And I got to say, it was a beautiful, beautiful museum. I remember the aircraft carrier was very cool. I believe I actually got to go down into the boiler room to see what the ship's boiler looked like. Yeah, not too many people go that into the boiler room because it's about 19 decks down. Well, but I had to go see it. But so I don't know, we're heading for, and I remember also another cool thing. Sandy was there was a submarine there, and we got to tour the submarine, and she's walking through the submarine. By the way, Sandy was the only one who could walk through the passageways without hitting her head, without scalping herself. I remember the tour guy said, ma'am, you'd make a good submariner. He said when Battle Stations was called, you wouldn't be going, oh, my head, my head. I know I hit my head at least 3 times going from one compartment to the other on that darn sub. And she said, well, she says, this sub's kind of small. She says, how many guys are on this ship? And he said, I think he said something like, the crew's about 50. Sandy said, 50? There's not enough room for 6. He says, that's how it is on a sub. He was an ex-submariner. It may have even served on that ship. I don't know. But it was, I remember Sandy going, "Ugh." But on the way out, there was, because we got, the topic is hot dogs here, yes. On the way out, to the base, I don't know, I got to, I must have saw something, an ad, a flyer or something, and I said, "Oh no, I remember now. A guy up north, up here in the north, told me if you're going to Charleston, he says you've got to go to, I think it's called Jack's Cosmic Hot Dogs." He said they're northeast, a little bit north of Charleston. You got to go. He says the best darn hot dog you'll ever eat. He said, "I know you're a hot dog connoisseur, Doc. This one will probably at least be on your top three." I said, "Really?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "You got to go." He says, "You can't walk it. You're going to have to get a cab or something. And you might want to give it a whirl." And Jack's Cosmic Dogs. And I wish, well, the cab driver who took us off to the base said, I mentioned this. I said, "There's some place that they do something called a rocket dog or something." Oh, the guy said, "That's Jack's." "Yeah, Jack." "Oh," he says, "oh, you got to go there." I said, "Yeah, well, we're going to the base now." He said, "Well, I'll take you up there now if you want." I said, "No, we really did just eat." He said, "Oh, they got the best chili." I said, "I hear it's something else." They said, "Yeah," he says, "it's good." He says, "Man," he says, "hang on." He says, it's pretty darn hot, but boy, it's worth it. It's good stuff." And I said, "Well, gee, we want to kind of go to the base first, because but would you be able to pick us up maybe after? We could arrange a time and we'll go on up." If you want. He says, he says, "Yeah." He says, I'll take you up there." He says, I said, "I'll treat you for a hot dog." He says, "Okay, cool." And like that, again, it was down south. That's how people are. It's just fantastically wonderful folks. And, well, so we toured the base, walked around. I only needed a little bit of help from the corpsman to get my head back together from hitting the passageways in that sub. And here comes the cab, and it turns out it wasn't our old driver. It was some other fella. We mentioned that. Well, where's the guy, the original driver, wasn't he? "Oh, he had to leave early, some kind of thing going on." He says, "And it's rush hour now, mister. Could I just get you back to Charleston? I got to do a few runs for people." So we never got to Jack's. And the next day, I think we had to leave. It just didn't work out. But doggone, I'm looking at their menu. It's on the web. You can go to Jack's Cosmic Hot Dogs, again, just north of Charleston, South Carolina. I forget what town they're in here, but voted best hot dog in Charleston. Well, so they're on the very outskirts of Charleston since the year 2000. Yep, so what's that now? Gosh, that's 20 years of dominance. They have hot dog sandwiches, vegetarian. They will serve vegetarian food. And gosh, I didn't realize vegetarian got down south. Okay. They got the Orbit City dog, homemade chili, creamy cheddar cheese. Oh gosh, cheese on it too. Oh, freshly diced onion and spicy mustard. The Omega dog, creamy cheddar cheese with spicy mustard. Well, let's see. There's one here. The Planet Dog, a Jamaican relish. That's a sweet relish made with red peppers, watermelon, and onions. Now that sounds all right too. I'm trying to think. Where's that darn one I wanted to bring out? The Omega Dog. No, we mentioned that. The Atomic Dog. I think the guy suggests I get the Atomic Dog. Homemade chili, freshly diced onions, and spicy mustard. There you go. It's sort of like a Coney Island, only it's down south. Here you go. The Cosmic Dog. Someone mentioned this too. Jack's original blue cheese slaw and their famous sweet potato mustard. Sweet potato mustard. Alton Brown of the Food Network claimed it was the best thing I ever ate. Huh? Yeah, that's the one they said. Yeah, get the Cosmic Dog. God, there's about 15 hot dogs on this. You can even get a dog with no bun if you want. I guess that, well, if you brought your dog. Right, of course. Anyway, it sounds pretty good. You can look them up on the web. And I think you'll be impressed. It's not a, it didn't look to me like a big place, just looked nice. Yeah. And that's one thing down south. Never, if a place is small, don't pass it up. Yeah, they're just saving on real estate so they can make better food. Yeah. Let's see. Again, well, you just go to Jack's Cosmic Dogs on the web. You'll see what I mean. And no, I'm not. No, I wouldn't expect a thing for pointing this wonderful place out. That's just my service to you, friends. I know it's got to be good. Man, that cab driver, he was just praising it up one end and down the other. And I got a feeling he was right. Someday we got to take the train back down to Charleston. It is a lovely town. So many things to see. So cool. Anyway, I'll see you later, friends. Thank you and God bless. And, well, there you go. Bye now.